So now I've spoken with some officials over at ICE, and I will be sworn in as an ICE agent ASAP. So they'll have 80,001 recruits for their 10,000 position.
If you don't recognize who this is, even with the chyron down below, trust me when I say you aren't missing out on anything.
Are you going to be hopping out of ICE vans and apprehending guys?
I will do whatever Director Lyons wants me to do. If that's what it takes, absolutely. I somehow doubt I'll be in that position, but I would be there in a heartbeat. This is the kind of thing where people have to step up. I'm stepping up. Hopefully, a whole bunch of other former officers, former ICE agents will step up and we'll meet those recruitment goals immediately.
This washed-up actor who is, by his own admission, going to join in on the terror campaign Donald Trump is inflicting on immigrant communities is named Dean Cain, the man who played Superman throughout the 90s. Even before his official announcement on Jesse Waters' show, Cain posted this dystopian recruiting message on Instagram.
You can defend your homeland and get great benefits like a $50,000 signing bonus. Think about that. Student loan repayment legally, enhanced retirement benefits, and special pay for those in the field operations and law enforcement roles. I don't get that special pay, but you also don't need an undergraduate degree. You can get to work right away. They need your help. We need your help to protect our homeland and our families.
So let's be clear. Cain isn't just playing political dress-up here. He is choosing to align himself with a renewed wave of state-sponsored cruelty, targeting immigrant families who are already living in fear. And it's not about law and order or protecting communities. Those are the PR lines. The real impact is mothers afraid to leave their homes, children afraid to go to school, and a climate where racial profiling becomes government policy. This isn't Superman, it's someone cashing in on his name recognition to prop up a movement built on fear. Cain's bootlicking, thankfully, did not go without criticism as the endlessly talented John Leguizamo fired back and put Cain on blast.
What kind of loser volunteers to be an ICE officer? What a moron. Dean Cain, your pronouns are has been.
What more needs to be said? And this is far from the only time since Trump returned to power that Leguizamo has spoken out against the administration's anti-immigrant bigotry and its chief architect, the white supremacist himself, Stephen Miller.
These Latinos who are also brown or white passing or white Latinos are also part of this sort of white nationalist Christian movement, Christian nationalism. It's so wild, but we're allowed to enter there as long as you're hating, you know?
Have you gotten into it with those folks?
No, I've never met them, but you know, I like to meet them. The one that I'd like to meet is Stephen Miller, who hates Latinos more than life itself. He's the architect of all this for Trump. I like to meet him and knock him out.
Whose father was a virulent racist.
Oh, yeah.
And
he marched with the KKK. His father was arrested for marching.
His father was definitely a racist.
And his grandfather was a pimp?
Like, of the times. Like, the people are a product of their times. He is a product of his time.
Yeah, but some of us overcome our times.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. That is absolutely true.
He hasn't overcome that.
That is true and fair to say. But he's not on the level of racism that
Stephen Miller is. No, nobody's at the level of Stephen Miller's racism, and who's the architect of all this mass deportation. Grew up here in Santa Monica with Latinos, and I guess they bullied him, and he's got a chip on his shoulder over that.
Leguizamo understands something Cain either can't or more likely won't. That your platform is more than just a stage, it's a bullhorn. And when you're standing on that stage with all eyes on you, you have a moral choice to make. You could either use that bullhorn to amplify the voices of the voiceless, or you can use it to shout down the most vulnerable. Leguizamo, a titan in the Latin community, knows his voice carries weight, and he's using it to stand up for people being targeted by a government that is openly hostile to them. That's what real heroism looks like. Not flying around in a cape, but standing on the ground in the dirt, fighting for basic humanity. Meanwhile, Dean Cain, a man who once played an alien immigrant from another planet, is now shilling for the very people trying to rip families apart. Can't make this stuff up. It is tragic, it's pathetic, and ironic.
But having someone like that out touting it, talking about, hey, this is a thing you can do for your government, this is public service, it's going to help them recruit, and they have a bunch of people to recruit.
Scott, it's not 95. Nobody gives a Sam hell what Dean Cain
You
does.
may not, but in
Dean,
you don't, but in the conservative community,
Dean
you're
ain't
well
worked in a while. Dean needs the 50,000. That's what got Dean off the couch.
God,
Dean ain't worked in a while. Dean gonna take that money and buy some crypto with it. Dean needs the 50. That's what Dean is on.
And that's the real story here. The fight isn't just about two actors on Instagram. It's about the battle for the soul of this nation. It's about what we as a country are willing to expect. Are we going to let fear-mongering, bigotry become our new normal? Are we going to let so-called patriots use their privilege to punch down at people who are just trying to build a better life? This isn't just another news cycle. This is a moment of reckoning. We're being asked to choose a side. And when you see a man who once embodied hope and justice now align himself with cruelty and hate, it is a stark reminder that the heroes we need are not always the ones we see on a screen. They're the ones on the front line speaking truth to power, refusing to be silent. Time for us to join them, make sure this twisted narrative doesn't become our reality.
Hey everybody, Dean Cain here. And for those who don't know, I am a sworn law enforcement officer as well as being a filmmaker. I felt it was important to join with our first responders to help secure the safety of all Americans, not just talk about it. So I joined up. And here's your opportunity to join ICE. You can earn lots of great benefits and pay. Yet since President Trump took office, ICE has arrested hundreds of thousands of criminals, including terrorists, rapists, murderers, pedophiles, MS-13 gang members, drug traffickers, you name it. Very dangerous people who are no longer on the streets. You can defend your homeland and get great benefits like a $50,000 signing bonus. Think about that. Student loan repayment legally, enhanced retirement benefits, and special pay for those in the field operations and law enforcement roles. I don't get that special pay, but you also don't need an undergraduate degree. You can get to work right away. So if you want to help save America, ICE is arresting the worst of the worst and removing them from America's streets. I like that. I voted for that. They need your help. We need your help to protect our homeland and our families. So check into it, as I said, and join today if it's something that tickles your fancy, because we can use you.
Hello everybody, David Schuster here. Thanks for watching. If you found this reporting and commentary valuable, do us a favor and tap the like button. For more content like this, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. That way you'll be notified on your YouTube homepage when we drop a new video. If you are tired of corporate spin and want honest, people-focused news, click the join button below and be part of the fight for a better future. We wouldn't be here without your support. Stay informed, stay engaged, and thanks again for joining us.